Welcome back to Price Action Trading Series from Market Secrets. This is episode 31 of the series, and in this episode, we are going to see exceptions and resets. Before we begin, I have a request for you. In addition to the price action trading series, we have multiple other learning series running in parallel on algo trading, trading strategies, and investment strategies. All these are available in our website www.marketsecrets.in. So have a look at it if you are interested. Also, we are providing multiple data feeds for active traders. So check those out as well if you are interested. And with that note, let's jump into today's session on exceptions and resets. In the last episode, we discussed what is overextension, how to identify overextension, and how to draw an aggressive trend line. And once this trend line is broken, how we need to realign. But there is an exception to this rule. Overextension and thus an aggressive trend line can be ignored if a level that is part of that overextension has caused an important accomplishment such as breaking a supply or demand level of higher time frame, or when the price forms a new valley or a peak, as a valley or a peak is considered as a pullback and thus a reversion to the mean. Now, what do we do when any of these two exceptions occur? It is simple. We just have to simply resume trading in the original direction until we have a loss. Once we have a loss, we'll wait for the realignment in the higher time frame zone as mentioned in the last episode. Also, you need to understand the significance of the trend lines and its correct application. So far, we have discovered the rules to objectively determine when price is trending, when price is consolidating, and when a new trend has begun. Trend lines are a visual aid that guide and help us to stay objective. They help us to determine if we are working within the rules that we have given ourselves to survive in the market that hardly has rules. If we do not lay objective rules upon ourselves, then our trading endeavor will be short lived. A break of the trend line signifies a change of dynamics, nothing more, nothing less. This change of dynamics is usually the result of a reaction to a higher time frame supply or demand area. So these are the significance of the trend lines and this is how it should be applied. So always remember it. So when it comes to correct application of the trend lines, there are two set of trend lines. First, a regular trend line. A regular trend line is applied when price is in a state of normalcy. That is, price clearly printing obvious valleys and peaks. That is, a regular uptrend line should be drawn between the penultimate valley and the last valley. Likewise, a regular downtrend line should be drawn between the penultimate peak and the last peak. So that's how you should use the regular trend line. Likewise, we have to understand the aggressive trend lines. An aggressive trend line is applied when price is overextended. The criteria for these situations was discussed in the last episode. So, for an aggressive trend line, we need 3 CPs or more. So, aggressive trend line should be drawn covering at least 3 CPs or more. This is true for both bullish aggressive trend line and a bearish aggressive trend line. That is aggressive uptrend line and aggressive downtrend line. We just have to take 3 CPs and then you have to draw a trend line. If there are more CPs, you have to take the last 3 CPs. And if there is one more, you have to adjust it with the last 3 CPs again. So you have to keep on extending and adjusting this aggressive trend line. That's how it should be used. Also, please note that you are not allowed to connect valleys or peaks to CPs or CPs to valleys or peaks. There is a very simple reason for it. Price is either in a state of normalcy or overextended. It cannot be both. Also, any break of the trend line signifies a change of dynamics. Nothing more, nothing less. This change of dynamics is usually the result of reaction to the higher time frame supply or demand area. But remember, having a break of the trend line does not necessarily mean that we have an opposing trend. The dynamics of the market might be changing. Price may be losing steam, the potential consolidation stage might be happening, but still you will have to wait and conform with other conditions that the opposing trend has begun. So you cannot just simply say that just because the trend line has broken, the trend has changed to opposite. You will have to wait for other rules to confirm whether the opposite trend has begun. When it comes to the market dynamics, we have lot of scenarios. Let's see it one by one. Number one demand zone taken out. If that has happened, we are in consolidation stage. One supply zone taken out. Again, we are in consolidation phase. Two demand zones taken out. Then we immediately go into a downtrend. Two peaks with a descending trend line. Then we are in an official downtrend. Two supply levels are taken out. Then it indicates we are in an uptrend. Two valleys with an ascending trend line can be drawn. Then we are in an uptrend. So this is how you can simplify all the complex rules that we have learned. So take a screenshot or write this down because this is what is very, very important. So don't get confused too much. This might give you a better understanding or it will give you an overall picture. So moving on, when it comes to defining an uptrend and a downtrend, if the demand is being respected and if the supply is being removed, then we are in an uptrend. This should only happen in an uptrend. Likewise, if the supply is being respected and the demand is being removed, then we are in a downtrend. So this should happen only in a downtrend. So these are all the exceptions or resets. So resets are nothing but you are reverting back to the normal. So always remember these rules when you try to apply all the other rules because these are the exceptions or these are the shortcuts that you need to remember. So with that, we have come to end of today's episode. If you have any queries, comments or concerns about this episode or about this series in general, please leave it down in the comment section. We'll be happy to answer and address it. Also, hit the like button if you have liked this video and share it with your friends if you find it useful. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video or conduct a live session. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.